Welcome back to Papa C Farms and the Pig Empire. And in this episode, we have some work to do. We need to grab the baler and head over to the wheat field, pick up all the straw. Then we need to go drop off the baler, pick up the two mowers, the front mower head and the back mower head, attach to the tractor, and cut the alfalfa. Pick up the alfalfa with the baler and get it wrapped so we can start making silage to feed these cows. We got some work to do, so let's go get started. We're going to be using the Puma 260 and the Vicon wrapper. Now this Vicon wrapper is going to be a fast bale wrapper, so it's going to wrap pretty fast, and it's going to give us some pretty big bales. Since I'm playing on Xbox, we are limited in how many bales we can have per map. So 210 bales is all that we can do. So I make bigger bales to hoard more product, so it gives us less inventory, if that's makes sense to everybody. So let's head on over to the wheat field and get this wrapping party started. Sure, we checked on all the animals and we did this wheat harvest. And we also chased some boars out of our fields. So I did some research offline and we have turned off the crop destruction of the animals. So we will continue to see the boars throughout the fields, in all of the fields, but we won't let them ruin our crops. I just think that at this given point in the game, we're trying to get everything started and do our best, that having them boars ruin our fields isn't what we really need. All right, let's get this baler unfolded and get it turned on. To take a quick pause here, we need to see what the width is on that header so that we know where to set our stuff. Let me see here, 1 second. 8.5. So we'll go ahead and go back into here and we'll set our steering assist to 8.5, which will line up our lines that we hit to work on the cruise control to make sure we're in the center of the material. So you can see that green line right there, that's right in the center, and that's what we do. So we hit and we're off. Picking up some straw. So we're going to be using this straw for all the animals' beds. So for the cows and for the pigs. So what this will do, this will give them bedding, and it'll also start the manure process. And we need to turn this thing down. We're speeding way too much. About 11 or 12 miles an hour is where I like this. That way it doesn't leave any skippers, and it makes sure it picks up all the product on the ground. And I forgot to do something. Been talking and I forgot to set this thing up. So I'm going to put the controls back on so I can see this. So let's go to the menu and let's go back to general and we'll turn on the help window. We need to be able to see, and we need to set our bales to a bigger size. So we were just making 125 centimeter bales, but we're going to make 180 centimeter bales. All right, let's see if this is better. This should be our first one here. That will be the last one of the 125s, and this will be the big boy. So 11,000. So that's going to be an 11,000 liter bale. Beautiful. All right. As we're finishing up this last row here, I just kind of realized that the money changed a little bit in the game. I had a big, huge lizard plow that was just, you couldn't drive anywhere with it on the main road without, you know, driving off in the ditch or this and that. So I sold that and bought another one. And then I forgot in episode 1 to sell the square bale trailer. So that's kind of where that money comes from. But we're going to go ahead and spend some of that right away here. All right, we're all done with this straw. So we picked up 16 bales, which isn't too bad. And like I said, we're going to use all this straw for bedding for the animals. So let's pick up the tube and turn it off and fold it, because we're not going to need this for a hot minute until we get the alfalfa cut. So we'll go ahead and drive this tractor and baler back over to the farmyard here. let's look behind us and make sure nobody's coming. And we'll just pull on in here like we own the place. We'll drop this baler off, and then we're going to pick up this bale trailer. I do use a mod in the game. It's called auto load, so you will see that when I drive the trailer close to the bales, it automatically picks them up. So that's how I play. I use auto load for a lot of my trailers. I'll just save some time, and it's just a function that we have here. So let's drive this trailer over here and pick up these bales. You know, as we're making this video today, it is April Fool's Day. Hope everybody had a good day. Hope there was no jokes played on you. But if there was, put it down in the comments. Tell me your April Fool's joke and or what happened to you, and we'll talk about it next time on stream. Or on the recording, I should say. And why I said stream was because I might start streaming some of these episodes as well. Maybe do the after, you know, the work in between as we get going here, like liming some of the fields and plowing some of the fields, so you guys can see. Don't need to sit and watch all that stuff in the recording, because it does take so much time, because some of these fields are pretty good size. So, you know, it might be a stream where we stream for an hour or two setting up the fields, you know, liming and plowing and you know, running, you know, digest from a fermenter or something like that to, you know, things. So I haven't quite figured out how I want to do that yet, but I think that's something that I might try to do. Might incorporate some live streams on Twitch and YouTube, just to give you guys some more content out there. So, all right, as you can see, we have 9 bales in this trailer at 45%. So this is going to be a 20 bale trailer. We do have 2 different size bales, and so it won't pick up 2 different sizes. It's only going to pick up one size. So we'll get these big ones picked up here, and then we will go. I think that's it. The rest of these are all small ones, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, this guy might be a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. So just these first 2 or 3 bales here are small ones. Once I'll drive by and show you that it won't pick it up, it'll just give us an error. See, so 1 bale at a time. So let's go take this over by the cows and the pigs, and we'll unload these bales, and then we'll come pick up the small ones and see. Let's go to the cow barn first, I should say. Sorry for the quick camera movements there, I apologize. Let's run over here to this and see how much straw we can technically put in. We'll give these guys some straw. It should give us a... Hey, look, there's a cow. You know, maybe we just have to just back this baby up. What I hate about these trailers, I don't have a way to lock that thing. So let's just pull forward. We'll open up the other door. We'll drive on out. Holy moly. Having all kinds of driving issues today. We need something to move these bales with. So, like I said, we're going to spend some money. Let's get ourselves a bale shed. Let's go to settings. Go to construction mode. And we need to go to silos, because it's going to be a silo. We'll go ahead and grab this guy. And I think we'll turn it around here, and we'll go ahead and zoom in. Turn this around just like this. and then we'll back ourselves back out, and we'll turn this like this. And I think right about there should be good, and we'll go ahead and place it right there. Then we'll go in and load these bales in that little target area. Right here, let's stop unloading. Let's turn on the assist. And we should be able to just like that. And you can see they stuck them in the back. What is that thing doing? We have some bales stuck in midair. Weird. Alright. Alright, let's unload. We'll slide them over. Drop them down inside. So that's how that works. Now, if I wanted to take them out, I would run over here and we would press this little left trigger. 13 of them. Let's just say we want one of them. I do have a mod enabled to be able to pick things up, so I can kind of show you how this works. Let's see here. And there's the bale. So let's just hop over the trailer. And we'll pick, I should be able to pick this up. Maybe not. Maybe it won't let me work it. I don't know. This game just doesn't want to work today. Well, I can't pick those up. Sounds like to me we're going to have to go spend some more money. So, what should we buy? We need something to move the bales in to take care of the animals. I'm thinking maybe a skid steer, New Holland, or a Kubota. That's a lot of money. What about a telehandler? Do we have any small telehandlers? No. All right. Let's use a New Holland. That's 35,000. So let's go ahead and buy that. That looks good. So let's buy that. Hit OK. Now we're going to need the pieces for that. So we're going to go here, and we need the bale spear. So we're going to grab this one here. We customize it, but we should make it a different color. I like that yellow. Let's see. Do we get a John Deere? No, JCB. Charger. Maybe? Nah, that looks ugly. Let's do black. Yeah, black. There we go. All right, buy that. Buy that. And we're going to bounce out of here. Now, I am not going to record me driving a skid steer from the shop all the way to the farm. So I'll bring you back once I bring that here. All right, we've made it back from the shop into the field, and we're going to go ahead and pick up one of these little small bales and bring it in here, just so I can kind of show you guys what this does. So we'll bring this in here, and we'll stab it with the forks, just like that, and we will lift it up, just like that, and we will drive. And we'll take it right into the cow barn here and drop it off. It's a little time consuming. It does take some time. There's a couple different ways that you can pick up straw and alfalfa and grass. You can use a baler. You can wrap it and turn it into silage for grass and alfalfa. You can mow grass and you can tether it and windrow it and you can make it into hay. Same thing with alfalfa. With straw and alfalfa, you can cut them, mow them, and then you can physically just pick them up with a forage wagon. And the forage wagon leaves it loose, and there we go. So that one dropped off there. So you can see now, we go up to the cows, and we go over here and look. They have 5,081 liters of straw. And that'll start, we'll go ahead and fill that up. and then they'll start making us manure. Now we will have to put a manure heap around here to collect the manure, so we can also do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this big one. So we'll back this up here like this, and we'll go over here and we'll give this guy a poke with the old bale spike. Pick it up, lift it up, back it on up. Ooh, she's gonna be a little heavy, little front heavy. That's hard to control. Sorry about that. Like I said, we'll drop this down, back it on out, and it should take that. There we go. And let's see how much we have now. Now we have 16,000, so that was 11,000 liters, like I said, so beautiful. All right, let's go pick up those other 2 small bales, and we'll bring those over. Right there's where our milk's gonna come out, the little icon right there's the milk icon. So now this field's been harvested and the straw's been picked up. The next thing that we will do is buy the precision, we'll buy the details, I should say, for the map that gives us the breakdown of pH and nitrogen. Nitrogen is fertilizer and pH is lime, and it'll tell us what we need to do. So we'll buy that here in a minute. I can break that down for you and show you how that works. We will lime the field first, then we will plow the field. And really, because it is in the month of August, I'm not sure if I'm going to plan anything yet or not. I need to look at the calendar and kind of figure out my game plan of what we want to do. Barley is what gives you the most straw. You can also use barley to feed your chickens. You can use barley for flour. You know, if we wanted to buy the flour mill, some things that we can do with that. So we'll just probably plant barley because it's going to give us the more straw, just so we can keep the bedding for the animals so they keep producing manure. This one's going to be a long drive. So while we're sitting here and while we're driving over here, let's go ahead and buy the information for precision farming. So we're going to go up here, the map, right here's precision farming, and we've already bought it. It looks like maybe I bought it last time. I don't know. Let's push it again just in case. All right, there we go. So out of a rating of 100, we're sitting at 31. And let's see what we need to do. We'll click on this, hit Y. So you can see we need nitrogen, which is fertilizer. We need pH, which is lime. We need some weed control, so we'll have to put a weeder through there. We already did the soil sampling and tillage. So let's see, what is this farm telling us? If we get out and look at this field, it says that we have weeds growing. Excuse me. And we need to plow. So I think I do have a weeder. We hook it up to a tractor and we can run it. So we'll do that first. And then we will come through and we will plow it. Or I'm sorry, we will lime it and then we will plow it. And that'll take care of a couple of the things and we'll continue to build our rating to 100. Alright, I think this is going to be the last straw that we put in. Drop this down. Back it on out. And let's see where we're sitting. We're sitting at 26,344 liters of straw, so that's pretty good. All right, let's figure out where we can put this manure heap. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's go back into the construction mode. And we will need to, there we go. That holds 4 million liters of manure. Let's put it over here, I think we can, we'll turn it this way. We can put it right here next to the fence. I think would be a good spot for it. Wait, no, this one, it's right there. That's good because that'll put us right by the the slurry too. There we go. So now, once we start feeding these guys, they should start producing manure. Ooh, we have spent some money. We've already spent over $100,000 this episode. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll park this guy right here on the inside. Alright, now that we've got the cows taken care of with manure, straw for manure, excuse me, let's go ahead and take care of the pigs too. So let's hop back in the skid steer, back it out of the barn, run over, take some bales out of this bale shed, and we'll drop them over at the pig barn. Give this a quick stop here. Get out and turn around. Hit the icon and let's take out a couple bales. Not sure how many we're going to need, so let's, I don't know. Let's just start with 5 just to see where we're at. Of course, not enough space. Because I had the tractor park in the way. Just push this trailer out of the way. Alright, out of the tractor. Back into the skid steer here. We'll pick up these 2 bales. And we will take them over to the pig barn. Let's see, I wonder if we can pick both these guys up. Ooh, a little topsy-turvy there. But I bet if we take it nice and slow, we should be okay. I'm not sure where the icon is for this, but I think it's over here to the left. Let's drop this down. That's it. Good. There we go. Back it on out of there. Let it do its magic. Alright, let's see how much straw these pigs have now. 22,000 liters of straw. Same thing, we're going to have to drop a manure heap by that. So let's see what we can do with that as well. Go back into construction mode. Up on over here. And we're going to need to go to silos again. We'll scroll on down till we find that manure heap, another $25,000 down the drain. Let's turn this around. Overlaps, 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 overlaps. Right here, we don't want to put that in front. Can we put it someplace else? Restricted area. Right here should work. Back out of the way. I think this will work right here by the slurry tank. Drop that, boom. There we go. All right, well, we have $29,000. We're getting to be broke as a joke here pretty quick. We'll just go ahead and leave it with those 2 bales in there for now, those 22,000. Our next project is we need to get the alfalfa mode. We need to start getting that alfalfa wrapped up and baled and starting that fermenting cycle so that we can start making some silage to get these cows going. So let's drive this little machine over here and we'll park it inside this shed. Let's park it inside this shed. There we go. We'll park it in here. Just like that. Alright. X means stop. We are going to unload this trailer here. Detach it. Alright, perfectly detached. We're going to pull in this barn and we're going to hook up the mower heads. So we have a front mower and a back mower. Now, we have some options with the back mower. So you can either just spread it or you can swath it. And we're going to swath it, which means it puts it in a pile for us. And then we'll just pick it up with the baler, kind of like we did the straw. And we'll use that baler and get it wrapped up. And I'll show you that process. when it comes to it. So let's drive this over here and we will get this hooked up. Probably should have did this view from the whole time, so apologize for looking at the top of the barn. Like I said, I am still learning how to navigate this YouTube thing and making videos for you guys, so that they are view-worthy, I should say. Alright, let's drive on out of here. We'll stop here at the exit of the property, look both directions to see if anybody's coming, and we do have traffic coming to the left. Go ahead and wait here on the old mail truck. I think that's what that is. Maybe he's bringing me a check. A check with some money since we spent so much. Alright, we'll follow this guy around down to the field. Holy moly, getting past. We'll put on our work lights, our beacon lights out there to let everybody know what's going on. We'll go ahead and zip on the side here. Just make this tractor four-wheel drive. Alright, and then we'll get these mowers set up and we'll get this field mowed. Let's go over here to the end and we'll start down here first. Alright, we'll get this turned around and we will give you this view. I can show you how this works. So we're going to switch. We're already on the back mower. We're going to unfold it. And we will toggle work mode. So we have spreading, swath dropping, left swath, right swath, wide spread, and swath dropping, which we're going to use. So we'll go ahead and lower the mower and move forward. Now we'll move to the front mower. We're going to unfold it, lower it, turn it on, go to the back, and we'll turn that one on. Now they're both activated. We will go back to the steering assist screen, 9.4 meters, so we'll know that for when we hook the baler up and come back and bale all this up. This should give us some lines here to follow. And we are off and mowing. Like I said, the swath mode drops it to the center, and then you can just pick it up with the baler. So, and how you know alfalfa is ready to harvest, there's two stages. Stage 2 is not as tall and doesn't have the purple flowers. And then stage 3 is full growth and purple flowers, and that's where you're going to get the most yield. So, that's what we're going to do. Alright. Well, as you can see, it's kind of like harvesting and everything else. Everything's in a straight line, and then we follow the steering assist just to help us keep everything straight. So we're going to slow down here because this line's going to end. And see, we got new lines, so we're going to tap B on the controller. And we'll back up here to make sure we get all this stuff on the side. We'll turn wide. We'll come in here. Back up. And we'll move forward again. Just like that. I expect to get about anywhere between 10 to 12 bales off of this field of alfalfa. And there we go. Go back down around this side. Then we will cut to some music and let you guys listen to some tunes. Alright, as we finish this alfalfa harvest, we can now go unhook the mowers and grab the wrapper, and we can make our first silage bale. So let's fold these up. Beautiful. All right, we'll drive off this little road here. And let's go drop these off. Like I said, grab the wrapper. We'll make some silage bales. Get that process started. I'm excited. Excited to make some silage bales. Excited to get the cows fed so they can start producing us some milk. And excited to sell some. We're here to the end of the farm. Make a right-hand turn in here. Slow down. Swinging wide. Go park this in the barn. Nice and easy. Drop this off. Go to the front. Detach it. Back this thing up. Nice and slow like. There we go. And we'll turn this sideways. Oof. Hit the barn. Rookie driver. Rookie driver. We're just going to park this like this for now. Detach this thing. And there we go. We'll get better at this as we go. We will get better as we go. Alright, we need to drive across the farm. Pick up the wrapper. You know, the month is almost over. It's 4:30. Looks like by the clock, or 3:30 by the clock. I didn't explain it in the beginning. One day is 1 month is how this game is played. I mean, you can set up to play multiple days per month and such, but majority of the people play 1 day, 1 month. So once we get this done, we will skip to the month of September. We'll see if these bales have turned into silage. Check on the animals. See what the corn looks like. And then if we don't have anything to do, because we don't have any money, and we don't have any other crops we need to do, we will pass time to the month of October. And that's where we skip a month, and we will start our corn harvest. So I think episode 3 is going to be feeding the cows, selling some silage bales to give us some cash, and doing our corn harvest and getting our pigs fed. So episode 3, that's what it's going to entail. Alright, let me park this here, and we will get this field wrapped up. Alright, it's time to get this alfalfa wrapped up, and let's get our first silage bale. So let's unload this thing. We're going to lower its pickup tube here, and we're going to turn her on. And again, we need to set the steering assist match what the mower was, which is 9.4, so we can get some help keeping these lines straight. As you can see, there we go. All right. And we're off. Our first alfalfa silage bale. And there, wrapped it up. Calls it a day. So again, these bales will be wrapped in plastic, and it seals all the moisture in and then turns it into silage. And the silage is a type of product that cows eat. So, all right, I will bring you back once this is complete. All right, we got all that finished up here. And then I tried to run over a bale, and we saw some two-wheel motion. Alrighty, let's go park this baler here, pick up the bale trailer, and go drop those in the silo, and so that we can move on to the next thing. Turn in here, drop this off. And we'll go park it inside the shed because we're not going to need it for another couple months. So alfalfa can be cut every 2 or 3 months. So it's August, we'll let it grow and we'll get one more cut out of it in November. And that'll be it for the year, and then I won't be able to do it again until March or April. Alright, let's get this bale trailer hooked up and get those guys picked up, and then we'll get them dropped off. We should probably move the skid steer out of the way. Alright, back to the tractor. Let's see how many bales we got. Oh, let's go pick them up. Again, this is an auto load trailer, so we will just drive by the bales and they will auto load onto the trailer. Because nobody ain't got time to be stacking them bales one by one. And as we get some more fields planted with corn, we will most likely move away from this baling setup and just go to a forage wagon and a forced harvester. We can just go and cut the corn and make that into silage. I'm also thinking about setting up a fermenter. I know there's one on the map, but I really truly want one on the property, and that'll take care of this baling and wrapping process too as well. Fermenters, you just drop everything in and then it cooks it and does it for you. All right, let's go see how many bales we got. These look like these were 7,500. Let's go take a look. Yep, 7,500 liters each one of these. So we'll see how many we got. That'll tell us how many liters of silage we'll have to feed these cows. Guys, I'm excited to get the corn harvest underway. Get some corn in some of our trailers, in our trailer I should say, and feed these pigs so they can start growing. It's a little bit of a longer journey here to get us started, but you know, we have to get some of these processes going before we can just focus on buying fields and feeding the pigs. Looks like we got 20 so far. All right, let's go drop these off. Put them in the old bale shed and get that fermenting started, which it already has. Probably thinking about taking out this fence too, but we'll see. I am going to sell this bunker silo right here and get rid of that. Give us a little bit extra money. All right, guys, welcome back. Last unload. So we got 37 bales. Let's take a look and see what we got in this old bale shed. So right now we're sitting on 47 bales. We have 10 bales of straw and we have 37 bales of alfalfa. So once these bales turn into silage, we will start feeding the cows. Let's unhook this bale trailer. We'll park it over here out of the way. And let's take a look at the map and see what we need to do. We need to take a look at the calendar. All right, so calendar, we're in the month of August. Let's see, what do we need to plant? We can plant barley starting next month, which we probably will do. We will take the wheat that we had and turn that into a barley field because we do get some more straw. That's where we're at right now. So we will start that, looks like next month. Let's unhook. So I'm thinking episode 3 will be a lime session. We're going to lime, so we need to go buy some lime and fill up our spreader. And then we'll come back to this field right here and we'll lime it. And then we'll plow it. And then we will plant barley. We will also lime and put some more pH into the alfalfa field. Alfalfa doesn't need fertilizer, but it does need pH. So we will take care of that. And hopefully we will have our silage bales ready to go. If not, they should be pretty close to ready to go. And then we can start our first feeding of the cows. And once we start feeding the cows, they will start producing some manure for us. And then we can work on getting the greenhouses ready to go and get the blueberries and the strawberries planted. And we can kind of go from there. So again, thanks everybody for the episode. Look, hopefully you're enjoying them and all my mistakes. So this is it for episode 2. Thanks again. If you get a chance to watch the video, give me the like button, leave me a comment. It just kind of helps push these videos up. So as they say, adios, Papa C Farms.